Que el cielo no es azul, ay mi amor, que es rojo dices tú, ay mi amor, ves todo al revés, ay mi amor, creo que piensas con los... All right, peace, peace, people. Welcome to Yemima's World, the Jelly Moose's Cafe. I am your hostess, Yemima. As always, it's good to be black in the land of the living once again. I only played a short clip of the music. I can only play about 15, 20 seconds of it. It is from the movie Coco, and it is called Un Poco Loco. So, um, yesterday we celebrated Halloween, and I did an episode about Halloween and its beginnings and when we started celebrating it and how it's began, how it was celebrated and how it's celebrated now. And so today I wanted to do the Day of the Dead or the Dia de los Muertos. And it is celebrated in a lot of Latin uh, countries. And I believe today and tomorrow. Some people celebrate it on the 1st of November and some celebrate it on the 2nd of November. But we're going to talk about, first, we're going to talk about the African influence of the holiday. Because I did not know that there was. And I don't know why I didn't think that there was, because we do know that the Caribbean, um, where there's, uh, the islands and things of that nature, we know that those boats went there, those ships went there first before they even brought the Africans to the United States, to America, to enslave them. So there is heavily African influence basically all over the globe. We may not have gone into some places as enslaved Africans, but we definitely have um, influence everywhere. So I'm going to read this. This is taken from an article that I found online, and it was actually written last year. And it's written by Chiara Atoyebe. Chiara Atoyebe. And I'm not going to read all of the article. I'm just going to read this part of it, and then we're going to talk about some other things. I'm going to read something else. So when we think of the Day of the Dead, Africans don't generally come to mind. Yet, like in all aspects of culture, there is an African influence and presence found. During the 16th and 17th, um, roughly 200,000, 16th and 17th century, roughly 200,000 Africans were bought and enslaved, were brought to New Spain, which is now Mexico, primarily in the Veracruz area. The Afro Mexican population there has since adopted elements of Mexican culture while maintaining their own unique identity. Despite their substantial numbers, with over 1 million individuals identifying as Black or Afro Mexican in a national census, the Mexican government had ignored their contributions for years. And it was only until 2015 that the government officially recognized the Afro Mexican population, honoring their legacy and contributions to Mexican society. Prior to that, they'd been classified as indigenous or mixed race. Afro Mexicans were known for their danza de los viejitos, which originated in the Purepecha region of the Mexican state of mm, Michoacan. Okay, I'm sure I botched that up, but we'll keep moving. The male performers of the dance were called danzantes or dancers. Each of the four dancers represented the elements of nature: earth, wind, fire, and air. They dressed in the colors that made up corn: yellow, red, white, and blue. Wow, so it's like the Orishas, right? Because we know that the Orishas represent nature. The Danzantes, draped in their colorful dress, danced while making petitions to El Dios Vigil for a good harvest. It sounds like we make petitions to our deities and to the Orishas. They want to commune with the spirits and predict the future. The obedience to nature's power over their lives, as well as the acknowledgement of the spirits,
that resided among their dead ancestors in the ground seems natural in its connection of earth and sky, or what Christians would call heaven and earth. For many indigenous cultures around the world, the relationship with nature is deeply intertwined with their spiritual beliefs. Although nuances differ, the idea of both respecting and honoring the power of the natural world is often seen as a way of maintaining balance, ma'at, and harmony between humans and the environment. Even today, many indigenous communities have maintained rituals and developed ceremonies and sacred spaces in order to celebrate the changing of the seasons, the cycles of the moons, and the natural rhythms of life. Western culture has labeled these practices as pagan, ignoring their similarities to All Souls and a Saint's Day. The latter is celebrated with a feast similar to a harvest. So, our African ancestors who ended up in those places were already doing this. Whether they called it All Souls Day or All Saints Day or whatever they called it, those rituals were already in place, and they still continued them when they came to those countries in shackles. All right, so what is Dia de los Muertos? It's a vibrant and poignant celebration rooted deeply in Mexican culture that honors deceased loved ones with joyous remembrance rather than mourning. Traditionally observed on November 1st and 2nd, coinciding with All Saints' Day and All Souls' Day, this rich tapestry of ritual blends indigenous Mesoamerican beliefs with Catholic traditions introduced during the Spanish colonization. The spiritual essence of Dia de los Muertos emerges from a profound understanding of life, death, and the cyclical interconnectedness of existence. The origins of the Day of the Dead can be traced back thousands of years before the Spanish arrival, with indigenous civilizations such as the Aztecs venerating death as a natural part of life. For these cultures, death for these cultures, death was not an end, but a return to a long lost home where ancestors awaited their descendants. The Aztec calendar featured a specific line of time of the year dedicated to the deceased, when families would gather to honor their loved ones. And over time, this reverence for the dead transformed into a festival that recognize the continuum of life, characterized by colorful altars, offerings, and lively celebrations that echo the spiritual essence of the holiday. Central to the spiritual meaning of Dia de los Muertos is the concept of duality, which is emblematic of many indigenous beliefs. The dead are seen not only as absent from the physical world, but also as participants in the spiritual realm, forging a connection between those who have passed on and their living relatives. The celebration serves as a bridge between the living and the deceased, affirming the belief that the spirits of loved ones return at this time to visit the world of the living. This connection embodies a profound idea that death is not a barrier, but a transition, one that perpetuates the cycles of existence. The Day of the Dead, or Dia de los Muertos, is a vibrant and poignant celebration. I read that already. Hold on. All right, creating an altar or ofrenda is a profound expression of love and remembrance steeped in spiritual significance. Family members assemble their altars in homes and cemeteries, decorating them with a variety of elements that serve to entice the spirits back into the physical realm. Photographs of the deceased are prominently displayed, accompanied by their favorite foods, drinks, and objects that recall fond memories, with every item symbolically carrying weight in the realm of the spiritual. Marigolds are often used to adorn ofrendas, as their vivid colors and scent are believed to attract souls, guiding them back home. I never knew that. The use of sugar skulls, elaborated with icing and intricate designs, also represents the merging of life and death, celebrating the individuality of the deceased while simultaneously encapsulating the playful nature of the celebration. The act of building an ofrenda is itself a ritualistic practice grounded in spirituality, manifesting the values of love, remembrance, and connection. As families gather to create these altars, they engage in storytelling, sharing memories and antidotes that keep the deceased alive in their collective consciousness. This ritual further emphasizes continuity and communal ties, reminding participants that love transcends the boundaries of life and death. It is a potent reminder of the impermanence of life and the importance of cherishing those relationships while they are alive. Moreover, the spiritual meaning of Dia de los Muertos extends to the importance of cemetery visits, where families engage in a ritualistic cleansing of grave sites, placing offerings and flowers that breathe life back into those hallowed grounds. The cemetery transforms into a sanctuary of remembrance, filled with laughter, music, and the sharing of stories surrounding the deceased as families gather to pay homage. The atmosphere imbues a sense of connection to the past as participants foster an enduring relationship with their ancestors, reinforcing the belief that the spirits of the departed are ever present in the lives of those who cherish them. As the Dia de los Muertos celebration unfolds, it becomes increasingly apparent that death is embraced and honored rather than feared, a notion deeply intertwined with spiritual beliefs among various cultures across the world. The notion of death touches the lives of everyone, prompting a celebration that underscores the values of gratitude, love, and respect for those who paved the way for current generations. The vibrant festivities symbolize life in all of its complexities, allowing individuals to confront mortality with a sense of acceptance and reverence. All right, let's see what else. I think I printed this twice. All right. Another essential aspect of Dia de los Muertos is the concept of cyclical time, contrasting with more linear views of existence prevalent in Western thought. The framing of time and cycles allows for a more profound understanding of the continuity of life and death, shaping the way families celebrate and perceive their relationships with their ancestors. The festival itself becomes an annual reminder that death is part of a greater cycle. And in acknowledging and honoring the dead, the living find clarity and purpose in their roles in this ongoing narrative. The unique blend of celebrating life and acknowledging death reflects broader cultural spiritualities worldwide. Indigenous cultures often view death as an integral part of life, seeing the two as interconnected rather than opposing forces. For many, death holds the promise of rebirth and transformation, a promise that Dia de los Muertos encapsulates through its joyous atmosphere and communal participation. The integration of laughter and remembrance showcases the belief that the spirits of the departed continue to influence and guide the living after their physical manifestation have concluded. Community participation underscores a collective spiritual identity, binding individuals together in a shared celebration of existence beyond the grave. The festival fosters an enduring sense of camaraderie among participants as families, friends, and strangers gather to share experiences, stories, and offerings. Such collective engagement embodies the values of networks and relationships that are central to the celebration itself, where the spirits are believed to rejoice alongside the living. Within the spiritual framework, Day of the Dead, or Dia de los Muertos, embodies the hope of reconciliation, connection, and healing. For those who have grappled with loss, the rituals provide a meaningful venue for processing grief and creating a sense of closure. By framing death within a context of celebration, The festival invites individuals to engage with their feelings, offering solace and recognizing their loved ones as active participants in their lives. The Murad rituals associated with the celebration provide avenues for expression, remembrance, and healing, further underscoring the significance of the Day of the Dead both as a cultural event and a path to spiritual understanding. All right, I think that is it. I don't know why I printed this so many times. Mhm. So that is what. Wait a minute, some more. Hold on. Um, okay, so here, let me read this. As the cultural phenomenon of Dia de los Muertos has spread beyond Mexico, its spiritual significance resonates with diverse audiences, bridging gaps between cultures and inspiring a newfound appreciation for the profund, profund, hold on, profundity for the profundity of connections with those who have departed. In modern conversations regarding mortality and the nature of grief, elements of the festival often emerge as adaptive and progressive metaphors that aim to redefine how we communicate about death and loss. Furthermore, as the world continues to navigate the complexities of life and the inevitability of death, Dia de los Muertos serves as an essential reminder of the beauty ingrained in the human experience. It's a call to embrace both the joys and sorrows life has to offer. Through colorful celebrations, heartfelt rituals, and rich storytelling, individuals affirm that love transcends the divides of time and space, drawing strength from shared memories and the enduring presence of those no longer within the physical realm. In conclusion, the spiritual meaning of the Day of the Dead is a profound exploration of existence, touching upon notions of life, death, memory, and love, rooted in indigenous traditions and shaped by centuries of cultural evolution. The celebration stands as a testament to the cyclical nature of existence, inviting individuals to bridge the realms of the living and the deceased through the act of remembrance, vibrant rituals, and community engagement. The celebration encourages a deeper understanding of mortality, offering solace in the belief that love endures and that those we honor are never truly absent. As participants gather to celebrate this annual festival, they affirm a universal truth. Though life is finite, the bonds we create and the love we share know no bounds, echoing through generations long after the physical presence fades. All right, so a lot of this to me is something that Black people do, um, kind of like every family reunion. I don't know if other ethnicities have family reunions. We know that Black people do. I don't know if other ethnicities have family reunions. I've never heard any of them talk about it, but this sounds like to me a family reunion. Because we know when we get together as Black folks and we have a family reunion, we do everything that they talk about. We sit around and we tell stories about our ancestors, that have crossed over. We we dress in our finest clothes. Sometimes we all have T-shirts. We have vibrant colored T-shirts that have our family members on the T-shirts. Um, we visit the graveyard. We go to church. So this celebration, Day of the Dead, really sounds like a Black family reunion. Um, again, as I read at the beginning, there is a lot of African influence in it. It also sounds like a repast. When someone passes away, we have our mourning at the funeral. You may cry at the funeral, but at the repast, usually people are laughing and joking. remembering the deceased. And then once we start to remember them, we start to remember other family members that have passed on as well. So this sounds to me like a family reunion. Sounds like a repast. I remember when Michael Jackson died, and Fox News, that racist piece of crap, Fox News, was complaining because of the traffic being held up because they were taking the body from one place to another. And so after the funeral, I remember distinctly the white newscaster said something to the effect of, I think they're going at some location where they're going to have something, I don't know, the family's going to get together and eat. And I think it's called a repost or a passer or something. She didn't know what it was. Or she did know what it was. She just refused to say what it was. So a lot of these celebrations are definitely African influenced. Not saying that we started it. I'm just saying that there are some things that we were already doing that we were able to fuse into other cultures as well. I do not own the rights to the song at the beginning. I do not own the rights to the picture. It's a beautiful picture of the Afro Latina woman. Um, yeah, so I hope you are enjoying your day. Again, you have today and tomorrow to enjoy Dia de los Muertos. The crazy thing is, this is crazy thing happened to me today. I woke up this morning, and for some reason, I just started singing the song "Fame" by Irene Cara, and I have no idea. I didn't hear it before I went to bed. I didn't see it on TV. For some reason, when I woke up this morning, I just started singing "Fame." And I was like, why am I singing this song by Irene Cara? I said, I think she passed away. So I pulled it up on my phone, and sure enough, she passed away in November of 2022. I said, okay, Miss Cara, what is it that you want? So I wasn't sure. I thought about it all day. I knew that I had redid my altar. The first of the month, I take everything off, cleanse it, wash my cloths, my divination tools. I cleanse all of that and then put it back on there, put everything back with a nice offering of food and spirits. So I said, well, maybe she wants an offering. And I started thinking about the movie Coco. So I'm like, well, maybe nobody has her. And she's Puerto Rican. Her father was Cuban and her mother was Puerto Rican. So she is definitely uh, a Latina, Afro Latina woman. And I said, well, maybe she wants some of the offering. And I didn't know. I know plantains are something that is eaten by the Latin community. So, along with my offering that I had already planned to give to my ancestors, I put some plantains on there for Miss Cara. I don't know if that's what she wanted, but she'll tell me if it's okay. All right, so you know the drill. Love yourself, love each other, give yourself some grace, give each other some grace. Honor your ancestors, they will honor you. Like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for all that have subscribed to the channel. I appreciate you more than you know. Stay cool, stay warm. It was hot today. It was like 80 degrees here in Virginia. It was really, really hot. So stay cool or warm wherever you are. Until next time, stay black. Enjoy your Day of the Dead. Enjoy your Dia de los Muertos. Please forgive me to my Latin brothers and sisters if I botched up some words. I did not know how to pronounce them. I did the best I could. So, as the folks used to say in the church, charge it to my head and not my heart. And until next time, peace, family.